I respect your time, so let's get right into it. It's currently Monday and the weekly 500k crystal quota has just been reset. Today I'll be claiming the leftover sales from last week, and I'll be reviewing my own weekly sales from last week and share my insights and thinking process on where I spend my stamina, why I chose to gather a particular item, and how I use the spreadsheet to determine what to buy or sell. So the first item in my history is Crimson Herb. I sold a lot of Crimson Herb because it has an extremely high profit per stem. I usually sell it between 88 to 96. In this case, it was 96, which gets me around 80 plus crystals per stem. Not to mention, a lot of people are not at gardening level 4 because gardening is such a trash system. Cut up at the top if you want to know how trash it is. So the current world level of my server is around 56, 57. Many players are at the point where their guild orders are asking them for gardening / fishing for stuff. So not to mention, it's also an ingredient in crafting level 3 combat buffs. With guild versus guild incoming, these things have demand. So Crimson Herb for me is at the beautiful crossroad of high profit per stamina and high demand. Let me be absolutely clear, it is only in high demand for my server, it may not be the same for yours. Since it is both profitable and in demand, these things sell fast and high. Absolutely beautiful. However, I only do this when I'm free because gardening still sucks ass, and to hit 500k crystals using just 88 crystals per sale would mean I have to gather and sell at least 5,681 Crimson Herbs.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Yep, I hate gardening. So the point I'm trying to make is, I thought about the demand and supply first based on my observations and predictions in my server. So based on the guild orders, based on GVG combat buffs, I decided that okay, I refer the spreadsheet and see which is the best option for me based on my life skill levels. So you have to do this thinking process for yourself as well. So like I said, if you want crystals fast, I've mentioned this many times in the spreadsheet. Please look at the arrows. If you want crystals fast, keyword is fast, not efficient, but fast. I cannot tell you what item in your server is in demand because it's dependent on your server's player base, your server's meta, class popularity, activeness, so on and so forth. So if you want crystals fast, you have to do things that other people don't want to do. Please look at this very carefully. Do things that other people don't want to do. People don't want to level up gardening to sell stuff, go and do gardening. Now, the road to level 4 gardening is extremely trash. So the main thing I do when I level up gardening is to gather this tree. This tree may not have high profit per stamina here because of the pathetic price and the high cost of stamina. It costs 20 stamina to gather one Shattering Shroom, Tough and Arcane Flower, but it's being used, so the profit per stamina here is very low. However, when you look at Sharpstone, Toughening and Secret Stone, this tree is around the range of like 3,000 and above, right? This tree generally gives you good profit with the 10 stamina you use to smelt. Please be aware of what I said, 10 stamina used to smelt, which means the final cost of this item is way higher than the separate materials used. So it is worth it to use the 10 stamina to smelt and sell. Whereas items over here and over here, this is the worst, obviously, because the price of the materials are higher than the final item. Might as well just sell the separate item, don't even spend the stamina to smelt. So all this over here, I would not smelt it because the profit per stem is low for the 10 stamina used to smelt. These 3 items, 10 stamina used to smelt is high, and I need to use it to level up gardening, so usually I'll just do that. Okay, so to put my money where my mouth is, this is my update on Thursday. There was a huge spike in the prices of Secret and Toughening Enchantment Stone in my server last night. Usually the prices are at 3k, but there was a pump and dump that pushed the prices to 3.6 and 3.7k. If you look at the spreadsheet, that's almost 110 crystals per stamina profit for the 10 stamina used to smelt. Insane. Once again, I hope you see my thinking process. I don't just gather straight away, smelt it, and put in at the lowest price. Sometimes such freakish pump and dumps happen, and because those were the items that I was already following, because of its unusually high values in column T, I had the opportunity to ride the trend. And even if there was no pump and dump, the usual values for these 3 stones in both column T and U are already high. Since I gathered everything myself, I would not fall into the fake profit trap, which I explained in the previous video, cut up at the top, and everything I claimed would be pure profit. Even if I don't sell it, crafting it and using it for myself is also extremely worth it, since I actually need these items for progression, and the higher the value, the more I save. So like I said in my profit versus progression video, cut up at the top, once I hit my 500k quota, I spend my stamina on my own progression, which is why the 3 flowers I used to level up my gardening were the level 1 flowers like Arcane Flower and Tough Vine. Okay, so back to reviewing my Monday sales. Why did I sell Rough Illunium, level 1 Rough Illunium? The profit for smelting, for spending the 10 stamina to smelt level 1 Illunium is only 25.65, which means that it is lesser than my best profit per stamina, which is actually my gardening level 4, right? My gardening level 4 gives me 80 plus, right? And if I spend the 10 stamina here, with each point of stamina I use to smelt this Illunium, I only gain 25 crystals. Whereas if I spend the same stamina gathering, I get 80 plus crystals. So I will never ever, with this price of Illunium, I will never ever smelt the item and sell. I will just sell the mats separately, which is exactly what I did. So I'll go and mine, and then I'll just sell the mats separately. I'll use the profits to buy the final Illunium myself and spend the 10 stamina elsewhere, with like for example gardening or fishing or whatever, because all those give me better profit per stamina, right? So if I look at fishing, I'm fishing 4, so I can just go and do anything here and it's better than earning 25 crystals over there. My gardening is 4, I can do anything here and it's better than my 25 crystals from smelting it. My mining is like 6, I can do anything here and sell the raw loot here and it's still better. Okay, my cooking is trash, my cooking is 1, so don't bother. And you can see how I use the spreadsheet and how it shapes my thinking process. So a lot of people often ask like, should I buy, should I sell to do my own progression? This is how I do it. See, once again, Rough Bradium. Why did I sell Rough Bradium? Why did I sell the raw Rough Bradium loot? Because the profit I gain per stamina for smelting Bradium, I only calculate the 10 stamina used. So final cost of Bradium minus away the cost of the materials. The 10 stamina I used to smelt Bradium, I only gain 14 crystals per stamina. Whereas I can gain 80 plus, 60 plus elsewhere per stamina based on my life skills. So when you use the spreadsheet, it has to be based on your life skills, based on your service prices. I will generate, after I hit my 500k, I'll generally focus on my own progression. So you can see over here, like Gold Flower, this is something that I intend to progress, I want to progress with, and I was monitoring the prices, right? So let me just show you. These are the things that I'm monitoring, the prices that I'm monitoring. This is for my own progression. This is for my own progression. All these cards are for my own progression. This is to keep track of the top 3 smelting items in level 1 that is very useful to sell. Upgrading metal, I will keep track of it. 63 is like one of the best prices to have. Yep, so these are the things that I'm keeping track of. Some is for my own progression, some is for my own knowledge profit. So for example, this is for my own progression. All this, if it's cheaper than a certain amount, I'll buy it. Because okay, let's say for example Gold Flower, right? Gold Flower is 718 now, and I bought it at 670. So when I look at Gold Flower at 7, let's use the average price, right? 718. So at 718, if I buy it if I were to gather it myself, right, I'll be saving about 35 crystals per stamina. And I can make 80 plus crystals per stamina elsewhere. So it makes no sense for me to spend the stamina here together when I can just sell other things and buy this. So I hope this review of my weekly sales give you a clear idea of how I spend my stamina and achieved 500,000 pure profit, and how to use the spreadsheet to decide what to sell as well as when to sell. What is my thinking process when deciding what to gather to level up gardening, why I chose to buy certain materials even though I can gather it myself. At the end of the day, the spreadsheet is just a tool. The thinking process has to come first. Next video is a dangerous video that I've hesitated to put up for some time. I actually recorded like weeks ago, and it's going to evaluate how pay to win ROX is, and I'm going to get my body ready for the ass ripping people are going to give me. Anyway, that's it for me. Rock the like button if the video helped your decision making in some way. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you like videos that give you value and help you stay ahead of the free to play curve. As always, outplay, not outpay. Bye.